Okay, so Luka had 36, 16, and 15 against the Bulls, and it wasn't enough. I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Um, those stats and those triple doubles that Luka is getting is kind of overrated and inflated. I'm gonna tell you why, how he's getting those numbers. Well, first and foremost, he's getting those numbers because he's really good. But it's a way that Dallas is playing that is not that conducive for winning, but it's more conducive for Luca getting stats. And I'm explaining how, and I'm gonna tell you why. But I'm also reacting to the highlights as well, so I get to the why factor toward the end or at the end of the video. So stick around for that. But let's go ahead and react to it. He's shooting it. He's shooting a lot better than he was at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, he was shooting horrible from three. All right. See, I like the way the Bulls moving the ball, and it's not just one person that is distributing the ball. If you watch probably every highlight, because most of the games I watched Dallas play this year is Luka is making the play for everybody probably about 80% of the time, and you see it's multiple people for the Bulls that are passing the ball and responsible for distributing. All right, so Luka's off the court, so they're going in the post to Porzingis, and it's just one on one. Right, and you go be able to see that in the stat sheet. So Luka's back. They run a high screen and roll. Every pass that Luka makes leads to a shot. Right. Remember that once we get to the end of this video, every pass that Luka makes is supposed to be a shot. Right. He's not giving the ball up until the person he's passing to is open for a shot. You see, that was a set play. Marking it came off a off ball screen, almost a curl action, and he was able to make a play for himself after that screen. See, that's Luka again, high screen and roll, pass to Bullock Stand. That was supposed to have been a shot, turned into a turnover because he didn't take the shot. Remember, Luka's not giving the ball up unless it's to someone that's going to record an assist from him, and then he has the green light so he can call his own number, take the shot off that high screen and roll. And the high screen and roll, to set up plays like that is not a horrible play, but when it's one player doing it for the whole game, it becomes a little redundant and easy to guard. See, look at that ball movement. That's Kobe White getting a assist. Gordon Temple able to get a shot for us at high screen and roll again. Luka driving, call his own number. Look at the score, 64. They're down. Look at our ball is moving for the Bulls. Just rotation. This is another person making a play for another person on the team. That's Luka making a play for somebody to get a shot, and then making a play off the rebound for somebody to get a shot. Notice everybody's shot, and that's Luka again. Everybody's shot comes off of Luka's pass. That's Luka again. Right? Nobody else is making plays for other teammates. It's Luka making plays for everyone and calling his own number when he wants to shoot. I don't recommend anyone best player also be their primary scorer and primary assist guy. Just not a good formula. I think LeBron being able to do that as great as he is has turned it into fool's gold for a lot of teams because they think that's a good formula. If you're not LeBron, you're not going to be able to go deep in the playoffs like that. And remember, LeBron is doing it because he has superstar talent help. So he's able to run that system and get big numbers. And, but in order for it to work, he has to have another certified bucket getter, whether it's Wade, Kyrie, or AD. He has to have a certified bucket getter who can be that Michael Jordan while he's Scottie Pippen. But LeBron has a unique style to his offense where he's distributing and getting everybody involved like Scottie Pippen, but he's also got that scoring ability and that scoring factor to him. Not like a Kobe or Jordan, but more of a dominant getting in the paint. He's kind of how like Giannis is. You just can't stop him from getting to the rim. Now this year and last year, I love his 3-point shot. Okay, so that's the game. They lose by double digits. Luka has 36, 16, and 15. What someone would say when they see that stat line is that Luka's putting up big numbers and he don't have help. I've heard it before. LeBron's putting up big numbers, he didn't have help. But what in actuality, what is going on is the type of players that is good for the system that they're trying to run, which is Luka's going to do everything for everybody. You have to have special players who's willing to sit back and just sit at the 3-point line and wait for a pass. You have to have those type of players. Not everybody wants to do that. If you're a Kyle Korver who's a catch and shoot guy who don't create his own offense, you might love that offense. If you Boobie Gibson, you might love that offense. If you Maxi Kleber for the Mavericks, you might love that. Tim Hardaway Jr., who's tried to be a star in this league and turned into a journeyman. Now he's found a home. Hey, just sit back and let Luka feed you threes all day long. He might be content with that. But people like Seth Curry was like, it's not for me. He got up out of there. Obviously, Dennis Smith Jr. wasn't a fit for it because, how is he going to fit there? He's not a catch and shoot 3-point shooter, right? So it takes a special type of player to play with that. So here's the problem that he's running into. First and foremost, outstanding rookie year, outstanding sophomore year. All right. Now he has the pressure of most of the media saying he's the front runner for MVP this season. What that does for Luka is now he wants to live up to that. And the best way he tries to live up to it is by putting up huge number. I think winning should come first, right? We like what Giannis did, but he's not the whole offense for his team. He allows other people to create for themselves and create for others and create for him. And he also creates for them as well. So it's an equal opportunity offense. So Giannis was able to put up numbers and have the number 1 seed in the league, right? That's different. They've seen Westbrook average a triple-double and that equal MVP. The triple-double is just blown out of proportion now. They think once you get a triple-double, that means you are doing MVP work. That's what Luka is doing. He is the only player who is allowed to make a play for somebody else. And I'm going to show you this stat line. So here's Luka. If you look on the right, where the finger is pointing at the assists, he had 15 assists. And you look down that column, and no one else on the squad had more than 1 assist. That is pitiful. That means nobody else have creativity, freedom in that offense except Luka. Luka is going to have the ball in his hand. He's going to pass it to you, and you're going to take the shot. That's pretty much what Westbrook was doing with OKC. And you're going to win some nights. Some nights you're going to lose. If you're on and everybody's hitting, then you'll be fine. But the bad thing about that is no one else gets in their rhythm when they're just catching and shooting and Luka is creating everything. But Luka can get in the rhythm. Like myself, when I play ball, I was a rhythm player. The more I got percolating, the more shots I got, the more opportunities I got, the better I got along with the game. Some people needs their rhythm. And what you're asking your players to do is stand by the 3-point line and catch and shoot off of Luka's pass all game long, and you have to make it in order for your team to go. Because if you don't, y'all gonna fall behind. But people like Trey Burke and Tim Hardaway Jr., these guys can make plays for themselves. They can create their own shot, and they can create shots for others, but they don't have that freedom. There's no way that one guy should have 15 assists and the rest of your team only have 3. 18 assists for a whole game for one team. That's horrible. That's horrible. You should be up, let's say if you take, I think the average, these teams are taking probably about, they getting over 60 shots up. At least half of those should be assisted. Right. So your team should have 30 assists or more if you're playing good basketball. 18, that's horrible. Then he took 30 shots to get 36 points. That's not good. You took 30 shots to get 36 points. Not good at all. And then you didn't even make half of your shots. You only made 13. Right. And 6 of them was threes. Well, so nobody else on the squad had more than 10 shots except Porzingis. And remember, I told you that was the guy that was going one-on-one when Luka sat down. Like, no one else was creating and having a free-flowing offense. They were just giving the ball to Porzingis for him to shoot. And that was their offense when Luka was on the bench. So he played 37 minutes, so about 11 minutes or so, 12 minutes or so, they didn't have any offense other than just throwing the ball to Porzingis. And I'm looking at all that just from the stat sheet and the highlights. I didn't even see the game. Porzingis 9 for 19. He took 19 shots to get 20 points. 0 for 7 behind the 3-point line. 0 for 7 behind the 3-point line for a 7-footer. Because the offense, if you seen him in that high screening role, the offense they're running for Luka is a high screening role, and Porzingis is going to pick and pop and get a 3-point shot off of Luka's pass. Horrible offense. Now let's look at the opponent that beat them, the Bulls. Look at the assists. You got Markkanen with 3. You got Levine with 10. You got Kobe White with 4. You got the guy all the way at the bottom, that point guard with 5. And you got 2 more people with 3. That's very balanced. 10, 14, 17, 18, 19, 21, 24, 27, 32 assists. Remember I said around 30 or more. It's pretty good. 32 assists, balanced. And they still had a guy with double-digit assists, but the difference is they're running an offense that's equal opportunity where anybody can make a play for anybody. It's not one guy making a play for everybody. And don't say he don't have help in Dallas for people to make plays. They're not giving them an opportunity to make the play. Then you look at Markkanen, he get 29 points off 19 shots. He made 10 of them. He's shooting 50% or better. Right? And he got 29 points off 19 shots. That's good. That's good. Zach LaVine had an off night. But the team is equal opportunity. Gordon Temple, 21 points. Look at Thaddeus Young, 7 for 10, 15 points. 7 for 10 for Otto Porter Jr., 14 points. That's basketball. That's team ball. You can have LaVine is a good scorer. He's very good. They could run a one person distributed for the whole team offense with LaVine if they wanted to, high screen and roll. And and he shoots the 3 way better than Luka, and the mid range better than Luka. And he's a better athlete, so he can score in the paint a little bit better. So if they really wanted to do that with LaVine and just have high screen and roll for LaVine, they could, and he would have numbers out of this world. But they're not doing that. He's playing off the ball sometimes because he has 2 point guards, Kobe White, and the guy whose name I can't pronounce at the bottom, they're handling the ball too. So, it's just not Levine with the ball all the time, running high screen and roll. So let me tell you why I think they're doing it. And another thing, you can look this up, you can Google it. Maxi Kleber has a clause in his contract where he gets a bonus depending on the ratio of his points and rebounds. So the way it reads is, they give a ratio, and bottom line is, if he gets too many rebounds, it's going to flip the ratio to where he don't get his bonus. So they're pretty much asking him not to rebound at a high clip more than he score. So they really want him at that 3-point line, because that's what he do. He shoots threes. So what they're really saying is, we want you to shoot more threes and be around the 3-point line than we want you in the paint. I don't know if that's because they really want to be a 3-point shooting team, or they want to make sure he's jacking threes up, or they marketing their best player, Luka Doncic, who is already in the MVP discussion before the season even started. Are they marketing him and saying, okay, if we're going to market him, we need him to live up to the hype by getting these numbers? Because if you got a big man who has a clause in his contract not to rebound, and this guy's getting these monster rebounding against 16, and then he's also running the offense where he's the only one that can create shots for others and getting 15 assists, it seems like they're, just fabricating his numbers and saying, hey, we just want him to have huge numbers. But it's not adding up to wins in most nights. So that's my 2 cents on Luka, man. I just wanted to point that out, man. Keep your eye out for how they play, how often they run the high screen and roll, how often they allow any other playmakers to play make, and how often Luka is making a play for everyone. Keep your eye on that, man. That's bad basketball to me, but that's my breakdown. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this, talk about it in the comments, all that good stuff, and definitely check out the Man Down podcast every Tuesday night. We go live at 9:00. It's a lot of fun. We talk about sports. So join in on that. It's a lot of fun, man. And until next time, peace.